Hi there, it's time for another quick drawing tutorial on perspective. Hi, I'm Rusty Nelson. Have you been practicing your mark making and your 1-point perspective skills? You got to practice to get better at it. You got to have this so ingrained that it's second nature. Today's video is going to be about 2-point perspective. You're going to be using this a lot, especially when you take these skills out onto location when you're sketching and making notes of what you want to do for watercolors. So it may seem strange that we spend so much time on some fundamental drawing skills for a watercolor channel, but it will pay off in the long run. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started with 2-point perspective, and it starts just like 1-point perspective. We need a horizon line. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And instead of 1 point, we're going to establish 2 points. And instead of drawing a face, it just won't work with a face because it's always going to be, if you have a face, it's always going to be one plane is going to be going to 1 point or the other. So if it's a cube, you need to start with an edge. So I'm going to draw, let's draw one up here. We got an edge, so that's an edge of a face. We're going to put a face right on the horizon line, one straddling it, and one below. We got those little corner points right there. We need to establish both planes in regards to the vanishing point. So the closer you are to a vanishing point, the more extreme the angles on your cube are going to be. So there's our first face, and then our second face. These corners now point down here to that vanishing point and there. And we're going to establish how thick that cube is. So we now have 2 points being utilized to create 2 different faces on the cube. Now this one right here points over here. It pointed for this face, it points here, but for the underneath face it points to this one. Alright, so this one here points over to that one. So we can get that angle just right, and we can create a cube in 2-point perspective. Same drill. Now this one's sitting on the horizon line, so the bottom edge, you will not see the bottom of the cube, and it will have no angles because it's sitting directly on the vanishing point. So we'll draw that like that and like that. All you got to do is establish the thickness of your cube. It can be a perfect cube. It might be more of a rectangular cube. Alright, so there's that cube looking in perspective. Again, the more extreme the angles are means your vanishing point is closer to the object. These vanishing points may or may not even be on your piece of paper. They may be clear way off on your, off the page, clear off in the distance. But this is a good example of showing you what you got to be able to recognize, that these angles will always point to the vanishing point, whether it's on the paper or not. So there's that one. This one is pointing here. This one's pointing there. Boom. And over time you'll be able to eyeball this. You won't have to be quite as mechanical trying to figure it out. You'll be able to understand that these angles will converge to that vanishing point, whether they're at the same angle, less steep and steeper, or if they're changing direction. This one's pointing down, this one's pointing up. Let's do this one. This is one of those that you're below the eye line, the horizon line. So you're going to see the top edge. You're going to see the top edge of this cube. All right. Once we get 2 planes built, the third one we can figure out. So this corner here points to the vanishing point. This one here points there, and then just flesh out the top edge right there. All right, so that's a cube above the horizon line, on the horizon line, straddling the horizon line, and below the horizon line. So you can use this as well to maybe, here, let me do one. Let's throw a cylinder in here. Okay, we'll throw a cylinder. Okay, so we got the back end of the cylinder, and we have the length of the cylinder we're going to work in here. So I'm going to draw a guideline first of this cylinder that we're going to draw, and we're going to set that cylinder inside this rectangular cubish shape. Remember how we did the cylinder or the circle, laying it flat on the ground, pointing to a vanishing point. We're actually doing the same thing here. All right, and I want to just get that invisible one right in there, and we'll throw one right there. So this is going to give you an indication of the ellipse of the end of the cylinder, okay, as well as the length and how much that cylinder reduces in size as it goes off into the distance. I'll tighten that up a little bit. All right, there we go. So practice using whatever object you want to draw. If you can draw a cube in the proper, I'm going to mess up my, oh no, it'll be all right. There we go. So because it's going off in the distance, this ellipse back here is going to be smaller than the ellipse up there, and that's how you're going to get that sense of having the right perspective, so it doesn't look like it's tipping up, but it's actually sitting on the ground. And it'll work in that opposite direction as well. And it doesn't matter where these two vanishing points are, just as long as they're somewhere on this horizon line. All right, and you're working between the two vanishing points. Okay, that's 2-point perspective. It's a real quick and simple little demonstration. Practice making the cubes in various angles, and how close or how far away from the vanishing point, high, low, medium, and start building some complex shapes on it, and pretty soon this all will make sense, and you'll be able to use this in your watercolors. When we get out on location and you see a building, you'll be able to recognize the vanishing points, how steep, how flat those angles are, because you can see where they're pointing towards a vanishing point. So practice this, and I'll see you in our next video, which is 3-point perspective. Okay, that was our 2-point drawing tutorial. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up, a like, whatever it is. If you really got some good value out of it, please hit the subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. Gives me encouragement to continue doing these tutorials and growing my skills and confidence. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in our next tutorial, which will be 3-point perspective.